I blew approx 7 accounts. I was in a hurry up that I have to take payouts. I have to do these things for my family. I have to do these things. I wanted to earn money quick. I didn't even had the patience to wait for 1 to 2 weeks for the payout. After reaching total 7 accounts, I took my first payout and that was the whole thing.
What's your current strategy?
Gumbar point to win concept and KRR concept. Supply demand along with it SMC and market structure. Comply these all things you can say and then build my own strategy. I believe that if we have more confirmations, then it provides me more confidence.
All right, guys, this is my third podcast of the Forex Expo Dubai. And today we got Krish Trades. He is a prop firm trader and account flipper from India. Krish, how long have you been trading for?
It's approx 4 to 4.5 years.
4 to 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I am 19.
19. You did look young.
Yeah.
How are you able to trade at 15?
Literally.
So tell me how you got into trading. How did trading come across you?
Earlier, I didn't even had mobile phone. I was a topper in studies. So in 2020 at COVID time, I got my first mobile phone. And that time, like we were playing games. I was just wasting my whole day in PUBG. So at that time, my cousin brothers were into some crypto coins. At that time, I get to know about crypto and trading as well. So basically, you can say near 2020 ending and 2021, I got to know about trading, and then slowly, I started learning about it and coping up with it.
So crypto was your first real experience of trading?
Yeah. I firstly, I just saw crypto. My brothers were talking, but the first deposit where I took the trade was in Indian markets only.
Indian markets?
Yeah.
So just like Indian stocks?
Yeah, Indian stocks, Indian option trading, basically Nifty, Bank Nifty. Yeah. That's index you can say, Indian index.
Yeah. I feel like I've interviewed like 2 other Indians here today, and they had like a similar journey with like crypto and then the Indian stock market.
Yeah, at that time at 2020, crypto was at the boom at COVID time. So that was the first time when I came to know from my cousins, and I realized that I was just wasting time. So I started to get into it along with studies. So that was the main thing at time when I came into trading.
And what made you switch from the Indian stock market to FX?
Yeah, like basically I had something inside me that I don't want to take money from my parents. I am from a middle class family, but if I say them, then they would even pay me. But I had something inside me that I do each and everything myself. So in Indian, main issue was of capital. I just had 5 to 10,000 rupees in starting. That also I did arrange by doing some affiliate marketing, network marketing, and some these kind of things, video editing, thumbnail editing. And after that, when I took that amount in Indian, I lost that. So main thing, and I get to know that there's a lot of sideways markets and a lot of major issues as well, and premium decay, option decay, and it's very difficult without. So if you see right now, I've taken a good number of payouts. It was very difficult to earn that amount of money from just Indian markets, from just 10-20,000 rupees. So I decided that Forex and crypto is best for me at that time, because as a beginner, when I don't have money, we can even use funding accounts, as you know. So that's the best thing. So I decided to switch from Indian to Forex.
And you mentioned before this conversation, you do 2 things with your trading. You flip accounts.
Yeah.
And then you do you do funded trading.
Yeah, exactly.
Which avenue did you go down to first, and why did you choose that?
So firstly, I started into funding accounts, mainly because it's very cheap, you can say. And at that time, I just wanted cheap things in starting. When I don't have much money as a beginner, we have to spend less money. So at that time, I started my journey from funding accounts. And I'll even recommend beginners who don't have much capital to start directly from funding accounts as well. And right now, I am doing these live accounts and flipping as well, because flipping is the main thing. If I am trying to flipping $100 to $1,000 or $10,000, I need that amount. At that time in starting, I didn't even have $100. I arranged $30, $25 by doing things, as I told, affiliate marketing, network marketing. That was my stage in starting. So at that time, funding accounts was best for me. But right now, when I have took a good number of payouts from funding accounts, I am doing live accounts as well and flipping as well. Even if I lost $100, it doesn't affect me, because I have a good 100x amount of it in my bank. Yeah, I have a good capital right now. So at that time, if I did flipping and even tried and I lost 1 to 2 times, I would have even, you can see, it would affect me psychologically, right? Because I didn't have money. So even I suggest that for flipping, we should have at least 100x the amount of the capital that we are flipping, so that it doesn't even bother us. If I lose $10, $100, it doesn't even bother me, right? That's the main thing. I am totally detached from it right now.
And talking about funded accounts, How many accounts did you have to blow before becoming funded?
Yeah, so before becoming a funded trader and before taking my first payout in this pro firm industry, I blew approx 7 accounts.
7 accounts.
Yeah, even before after 3 to 4 accounts, I cleared one account, but I blew that funded account because I was in a hurry up. I was in a rush that I have to take payouts. I have to do these things for my family. I have to do these things. I was just rushing. I wanted to earn money quick. And that's why even after 4 to 5 accounts, I cleared, and that also I breached. Funded account even. I didn't even had the patience to wait for 1 to 2 weeks for the payout. I did profit in that, but then also I breached. So after reaching total 7 accounts, I have no shame in telling that I've reached a lot of accounts. 7 accounts. I took my first payout, and that was the whole case.
And you mentioned to me you're 700K, 600K in funding.
Yeah.
How long have you been receiving consistent payouts for? And what has been your biggest payout?
So the biggest payout right now that I've took is approximately $4,200 from a single firm that I've took. That was from a 100K live account. And right now, like as you told about 600K, so I have that with 3 to 4 firms, like 200K with funding pips, 200K with funded next, and 100K with fivers, and 100K with GFT, and a small $10,000 account with instant funding as well. So approximately 610, 650 is the right funding that I have right now.
And what's your current strategy?
The strategy that I am using right now is supply demand, along with it SMC and market structure. And the main things, like the part of my strategy is psychology and mindset. Yeah. I comply these all things you can say, and then build my own strategy. This
So,
is
like-
not a strategy that I've learned from anyone. I have created my own. And as I have told you that I have created my two own concepts as well. Gumbar point to run concept and KRR concept. That concept I use along with it, like SMC. I believe that if we have more confirmations, then it provides me more confidence. So I've mixed up all the things and created my own concept, Gumbar point to run concept. It's based on Fib. Yeah. And KRR concept, that's a flipping concept. So I have even created these two concepts right now. And along with it, as I told, I use SMC as well and supply demand as well. So it's a whole mixture of the study that I created.
And when you developed this strategy, did you first start with SMC, then you dove to supply and demand, and then you kind of configured all this afterwards?
Yeah, exactly. Like firstly, when I was into Indian markets, I learned simple basic price action, that what is support, what is resistance trend lines. But when I came into Forex, it wasn't working for me. Yeah, I am not saying that it will not work for you. It can work for anyone, right? But it wasn't working for me. So I tried SMC. I thought that I should learn something new because at that time it was not working for me much. So I learned SMC. At that time, I became, but I was at break even when I learned SMC. So I think I need some more things because in SMC my stop loss was very high, right? I was taking risk reward of 1:3, 1:4, max 1:5. And right now, if you see, I'm taking risk rewards of 1:40, 1:30, 1:35, and each with whole life proofs. So after that, with SMC, I learned supply demand and my created my own concept, Fib concept, Gumbar point one concept, and then I am right now at this stage that you're seeing.
Would you say though, like supply and demand zones are your biggest confluence?
Yeah, exactly. Like supply and demand zones are my biggest confluence, and along with it, you can say basically 70% I believe supply demand, rest you can say 20-30% SMC, like order blocks and my own Gumbar point one concept I built along with it. So I see 3 to 4 major things. Then I'm fully confident. Then I enter trade. If earlier I only took trade on order block or SMC, it wasn't like I wasn't much confidence, right? That should I take, should I not? But right now when I mix all these things, I have major confirmations. So I don't have anything in my inside that should I take, should I not, right? I simply execute it, and rest we know that either SL or TP. I have only one rule: no trailing SL. I don't use any trailing SL, not use any cost to cost SL, don't even have any partial booking. I only have one rule: either SL or TP. Once I enter in a trade, don't care that
You never move it.
no, never move it. Like I don't even care. Like sometimes it moves sideways. I just don't care. Either SL or TP. I have only one rule. If even like my risk reward is 1:10, but if market goes to 1:5 and hits my SL, I'll accept it. That's my rule. Because I know that even if in a row my 5, 10, 20 SL gets hit, then also after in the 21st trade, I have the capability that I can recover the whole amount. That's my whole risk reward.
And what time frames are you using? Like, are you waiting for your supply and demand zones to get hit on the daily, the 4 hour, and then you're entering on the 15 minute for like a market shift to market
exactly.
structure?
Like exactly. Firstly, I see UD analysis on major time frame, like on daily, then on 4 hour. And basically, I use supply demand on 15 minutes because I do intraday mainly. Rarely in 1 to 2 accounts I have done swing. Mainly, I am intraday trader. So basically, I mark all the zones on 15 minutes. Like firstly, I think my mind has said me that today's bias, according to me, is like bullish. So I'll now switch to 15 minutes time frame or 30 minutes. 30 minutes I use rarely, and then I'll see all the confirmation zones where are my supply demand zones coming and each and everything like order block coming. My concept zone is also coming and that zone, right? And then I'll wait. And when market will come, then also I'll wait. I don't even use limit order. I'll wait and then we'll see that what's happening on my zone. If we see some bullish patterns, right? Some bullish engulfing or hammer or a red hammer, after that a follow-up candle. That's the most powerful pattern that I even say. A red hammer, after that a follow-up green candle, right? Then I'll see these type of things or a change of character on smaller time frames. Then I enter. That's the whole rule. I don't use limit order. I simply execute on market, and I even recommend each and everyone to use market orders as well.
That's great advice. I think supply and demand is one of the best strategies.
Yeah. According to me, it's the best ever because whole market is moving on it, right?
It is.
Yeah, exactly.
It always respects it, especially like a fresh supply or demand zone.
Yeah, exactly.
Always respect it,
It's
especially on the
also-
higher time frames.
Yeah, exactly.
Higher
Yeah,
time frames.
like on 4 hour, you've seen if you see my accuracy, it's literally right now I'm sharing all zones in my free Telegram channel. We are in a streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are sitting in gold from 3300 approx. I have shared the zones in my free Telegram channels. So it's the best on more the higher time frame, more confirmations and more confidence, and basically it gets work more. That's the main thing because smaller time frame we do, it's the chance of hitting SL more.
And what pairs are you trading right now?
I only trade in gold and Bitcoin.
Gold and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's
Bitcoin,
such a crazy,
Bitcoin,
crazy volatility.
yeah.
You don't like, you're technically not trading FX anymore. Like you're not trading Euro.
No,
USD.
I don't even trade any pair. Few months back, 8 to 9 months back, I tried Euro USD and GBP JPY, but I didn't like it. Gold is my favorite pair.
Why didn't you like Euro USD?
According to me, like it's a slow pair. And like why I only trade in 1 to 2 pairs is because I know their behavior. I know how gold reacts. How gold reacts on my zone. Will it give a fake out first? I know each and everything that how will gold move. At which time will the move came? I have even know that. Why? Because from the past 4 to 5 years, I am only seeing gold chart. I'm only seeing Bitcoin. That's why my accuracy is high in it. Now, if tomorrow I'll switch to Euro USD or GBP JPY, any chart, I'll not have the confidence. Even if my zone works, because I know supply demand will work, but I will not have the confidence of execution because I'm seeing it for the first time or second time, third time. That's the main thing. I know each and everything, market behavior of gold, that how will the news react. Firstly, this will be fake out, this will be the real move. That's why I even recommend each and everyone to mostly trade in just 1 to 2 pairs. No need of 10, 20, 15, 30 pairs, just 1 to 2 pairs. And if I am profitable, I am earning a good amount of money by just trading in gold and Bitcoin, then why would I even trade in other pairs? That's my main point. At the end, we just want money, we want freedom. And if I am getting it by just trading gold, why would I even switch to other pairs? I don't even need it. I know how will gold work, and I am just doing it.
That's facts. And for the final question I want to ask you is, what are you trying to do in this industry? What's your future outlook? Are you trying to scale up to higher capital with your funded accounts? Are you trying to flip your live accounts and put more capital into your live? What's kind of your plan with trading? Do you see yourself trading for the next 10 years?
Yeah, like I am even thinking to set up a business as well in this whole trading industry. So I am planning out that things as well. And along with it, like earlier when I didn't have capital, I told you I was only in funding accounts. But right now, like I have capital, so I've tried live accounts and live flipping as well. As I told, I have flipped 7.5 to $500 and in 100 to 23 as well. So this is the 100 to $2,300 as well. So this is the whole case. I'll flip my keep flipping my accounts. I'll be trading in live accounts as well and in funding accounts as well. Right now, as you know, I have 600K in funding, so I'll be scaling up that as well a little bit more and live accounts as well. And it's making good amount as an Indian. If we spend that amount, it's a good amount accordingly. Like if I am even generating 5, 10, 15, 10% average every month. Like sometimes we take 15% first month, then second 5. On an average, 7 to 10% if we are even making per month. Then also if like I have good capital, along with it live accounts, funding accounts, then also it's a good amount. Along with it, as I said that I am even thinking to expand something big and a business as well. So basically this is my whole plan in the next 10 years. I am thinking to I will conquer this whole industry very soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Krish. It's been a
Thank you
pleasure.
so much, Peter.
Cool.